That's why I just have the
Wait,
mustache out right now.
the porn stash?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He's doing it for views too.
Hey, I mean, if I was a porn star, I'd still be making more content than you on a regular basis, Rinsler. So,
Brother.
what is going on, guys? Welcome to a brand new series that we are doing here on the Resurgence YouTube channel that we are dubbing the Ramble. Now, this is a Resurgence podcast that we are doing from time to time. It might be us four, it might be two of us, it might be three of us. There's really no limit on, who we're bringing on or anything like that. We might bring on guests. Sometimes it might just be me and Hunter. It might be me and Mayhem. We never know. It's just how things are going to flow. So without further ado, guys, we got Mayhem here today. We got Rinsler, and we got Random Banana 14. So I'm going to just kind of break the ice and just begin a conversation because this isn't much of a structured podcast. We have bullet points that we're going to go off of. We're going to talk. Hey, if you're listening to us in the car right now, I appreciate the hell out of you. You're a legend. But if you're here on YouTube, you like the graphics and everything, make sure to drop a like, comment, and subscribe. So yeah, we're going to go into our first thing. Everyone's just kind of going to talk about themselves, who we are, and why you should give our podcast and our videos a watch and listen. So Mayhem, do you want to start off?
Why they should give us our podcast a listen is because we're literally hilarious. I mean, I'm speaking for myself. I know that. Seth is kind of a butthead, but but if you get any reason to listen to this podcast, if you have any reason to listen to the podcast, your boy right here, Mayhem, right here, baby, I'm here. You got me. I'm just kidding. Everybody in this podcast is absolutely hilarious. So I mean, if you aren't listening, then
dude, I can just imagine somebody in their car listening to the podcast, right? Like, oh, this is going to be cool. It's like a gamer's podcast, right? And then all they hear is you whispering into the mic like this. Yeah, and it gets all creepy and crap.
I can do ASMR. I can start eating Doritos on the podcast.
All right, let's move on to Rinsler.
Oh my god.
What did you say?
The ASMR thing is me. The ASMR thing is me. Don't copy me. I can do whatever I want, bitch. Okay, Corey Taylor's son. Come on.
I mean, I know for myself, I'm a pretty funny, nice.
I'm a pretty funny.
Let me finish.
I'm a pretty funny.
Pretty funny, nice, handsome, gentleman. I mean, Seth's alright. Mayhem's pretty.
I am pretty.
Yeah, we can stop right there.
Ouch.
I'm joking. But, yeah. What are we talking about?
That was...
You are such a bot.
Yeah. I think we're going to have to cut this down to a 3-man podcast.
Yeah.
I just started. Leave me alone.
All right, I guess we'll move on to Natalie or Random Banana to kind of continue the conversation. Sorry, people at home. Rinsler's not, I guess, the best on camera.
He's the new guy here. Don't worry about it. Give him a chance.
Oh, he left.
Okay, then he's gone.
See you later.
So basically, with our podcast, like Seth was saying earlier, we're not going to have anything too structured. And we're just here to have fun with everybody and just have genuine conversations and honestly get your input and leave comments if you're watching on YouTube of stuff you'd like us to talk about. We definitely want to talk about stuff you guys are interested in as well as stuff we're interested in.
Okay, Rinsler's back.
And I mean, hey, we're gonna this is just the start, right? So we'll end up getting better. The production will get better, and the topics that we talk about will get better. So just hang in there. Yeah, I'm sure we'll do an in-person podcast one of these days too.
Exactly.
So
yeah,
hey guys.
We have a lot of things in the works here at Resurgence. The podcast has been one of the things that we've been wanting to do for quite some time now. We wanted to do an in-person podcast. The only issue with that is that Mayhem is located in Canada, while the rest of us are located in the Midwest in the United States. So yeah, it's a little hard, but we're able to make it happen with the power of the internet, if you will. So I just wanted to ask, Renzo, why the hell do you have a Cold War poster up in your room?
Did you even play Cold War?
What is with everybody against me today?
I'm asking a genuine question. Why the hell do you have a Cold War poster in your room?
Did you just go like to EB Games or GameStop and just was like?
I just went to Walmart. It was the only thing I liked, so I was like, "Fuck it, I need to pizzazz my room a little bit more."
There was like a girl poster and there was like a Cold War poster and your mom was with you.
The girl poster?
Yeah, and your mom was with you and you're like, man, I would love that poster. Oh, I would love that, but my mom's with me and I don't want her to see.
I'm a grown ass man. I can do it myself.
All right.
I have a Mandalorian poster, a Spider-Man poster, then I got like a Marvel poster.
Wait, are you a Marvel or DC kind of guy?
I'm more of a Marvel guy just because they're doing better, but I do like DC.
Okay.
As Crim6 would say, I'm fat man.
Speaking of Cold War and Crim 6, the next bullet point that we have on our list of things to talk about actually is the CDL. I know for myself, Mayhem, and Banana, we are big fans of the Call of Duty League and everything that they're doing over there. Rensler, I don't know how much CDL you actually watch or competitive Call of Duty.
I just got into it recently, actually. It's not bad. I haven't kept up as much just because I'm always busy.
Yeah.
This isn't a great game to start watching it on either.
I would say no. I think Cold War would be a better game to start watching in, but obviously we get Modern Warfare 2 next year for 2 years, so that's when I'd really start digging your fingers in the mud to watch.
Vanguard's a weird Call of Duty to where like if you're just getting into CDL, it's kind of hard to understand because all the maps play so weird. Mm-hmm. Like you'll get a map like Bocage or Bocage or however you want to call it, and you'll get absolutely put in a blender. But then you get a map like Berlin, and it just feels so weird. Like the maps, it honestly feels like you're playing two different games at that point. You got your Bocage and your Berlin, and you got your Desert Siege, and they all feel different. They all feel like they're all separate Call of Duties. I don't like Bocage. You need an SMG. Like basically, I mean, one auto to me is good enough, because everything is close quarters. And then you get to Desert Siege, and it's like
it's either snipers or autos.
Yeah, you might as well not even run an SMG.
The only place to run on Desert Siege with an MP40 or the sub in the game is straight up through mid-church. Like it is the hardest map to play as a sub. Like I only run sub. Mayhem knows this. We run ranked almost every single night, and running with a sub on Desert Siege is one of the hardest things to do in Call of Duty. I think in the past 3 years on any map. And I know that a lot of people have been giving flack to like Envoy or Draza or just any sub really on Desert Siege, like the casual viewer. But until you're in that competitive mindset and you understand how maps work, there's really nowhere for a sub to run up unless you have someone with an automaton or someone with a sniper watching over you on either bomb site. You're going to get blooded. And
I think Tuscan is the best map. Like, I think to me personally, that's my opinion. I think Tuscan plays the best. Because you have that feel side, that A side, that autos reign like supreme. And then you have like going through P5, your MP40s just shred there. Like if you're running an auto, you might as well run through field and around back. And if you're playing control and trying to hit that B point, because going through P5, man, you're almost guaranteed to hit a close quarter combat unless your subs get all the guys first and then you're behind them. But like I've tried running an auto through that side and it doesn't work. It doesn't work. But as soon as if you get to top radio and you have an AR and you're holding that down, oh man, or you get to top plat and you're holding Church Alley down, that's a fantastic spot to sit. Like that map combines so well. That's my favorite map. I love playing it. I could play it all day.
No, I agree. I could, like, if I were a professional Call of Duty player and my map pool was strictly Tuscan and Bocage, I would be A-okay with that. Yeah. Like, I don't give me Desert Siege, don't give me Berlin. Like, I can't do either of those maps and be happy. Like, I love running and gunning on Bocage. Like, I think Bocage is my favorite map. Tuscan is a close second. But I don't think we've mentioned actually on the podcast yet or publicly. I know we have like on our individual Twitters and whatnot, but I'm sure people that are like actually interested in watching the CDL and they watch, and the people, listening at home, they're probably curious. Hey, who do you guys root for? Who's your favorite team? So I'll go ahead and start. I have been a longtime fan of 100 Thieves in Call of Duty. I started watching 100 Thieves and rooting for them back in Black Ops 4. And then once Modern Warfare hit, obviously, 100 Thieves was not in Call of Duty when it first franchised. So I was a Chicago Huntsman fan. And then when the Thieves came into Cold War, I became an LA Thieves fan once again, and have been rooting for them since. So go Thieves.
Go Thieves, yeah. So back in the day, like I started watching like professional COD and Scumpy for like ever. I've had a thing against FaZe forever because I've been a Chicago not a Chicago fan, an Optic fan forever. But since the CDL franchised, I thought it was only fitting that I'm Canadian that I cheer for the Toronto Ultra as our only Canadian team, and then I grown to like actually really like all the guys on there, like Bance, Cammy, Insight, Kleenex, and then even Zinni. Like, but Zinni got traded to Boston, which brings up my point. I also like Boston. Toronto Ultra and Boston Breach are my two favorite CDL teams, and if they play each other, I don't know who to root for. I mean, my heart's with Toronto, but man, I love Zinni. Zinni Methods, my guy. He's
Zinni didn't get traded to Boston. Zinni was dropped from Toronto and then was picked up by the Breach, who replaced the Dallas Empire after the merger. But Natalie, who do you root for? Obviously, I know, but the people at home don't. So.
Yeah, I've been not lifelong, but almost, I feels like it at this point, an Optic fan. I've been a fan of Optic since 2012, so I watched back in Black Ops 2, and I literally have grown up right near 60-50. So that was my team to root for. It was like, hey, these are the local boys. These are the guys I want to root for. And, like, to see them, like, do what they're doing now is insane. And to be, like, have been in passing with them and not even realize it is kind of a cool thing too. But I've always been an Optic fan and then a Huntsman fan for that brief period. But now we're back to Optic.
What a weird period that was, but still, it was kind of fun.
Everything worked out perfectly. Like with that situation in general, like if I believe it was Envoy on the Huntsman versus who was it? It was TJ. It was TJ, right? It was TJ and Envoy in that 1v1. And if Envoy did not win that 1v1, would we have Optic Chicago? Would we have Optic Texas? Or would what do you guys think would have happened? Like, let's be real.
We would have still definitely had OGLA.
You think so? OGLA was a massive L. Massive L.
Yeah, that was such a weird situation. Like going into that, like. I know when I was playing Modern Warfare and they came out with the CDL packs, I didn't even look at it. I just seen Optic. I bought that team pack so fast. I was just like, holy man, there's an Optic team pack. I'm buying that. And then I'm looking into it. And I'm like, where's Scump? What's going on? And then I'm like, Chicago Huntsman. What's that? And I look into it and Scump's there. And I'm like, what? Like, what's going on? And then it just like everything now makes sense.
Yeah, I believe the day that they announced that I believe the first thing that I heard about it was that Scump was no longer on Optic, and I was like, okay, there's something bigger going on here. Like Hex and Scump will not split. Those are boys. Like they do not split.
Yeah.
And then I looked into it more, and I saw that Hex had lost Optic and had sold to, I believe, Immortals. And then they just pretty much took the brand and trashed
he didn't
it.
sell. He remained part owner. He only had like a percentage or two. It was something really, really small. He sold the majority of his shares of the company.
Yeah.
So he didn't lose it completely.
Which,
yeah.
I mean, I'm glad Hex got Optic back, but at the same time, like the Chicago Huntsman brand was sick as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was great branding.
It was a great band.
Like for them coming up with them like that was sick.
Yeah, wasn't Dashy's never left Optic, right? Like he
was on OGLA.
Yeah. Dashy was on OGLA.
Yeah, and so was Slasher. It's basically the Black Ops Cold War LA Thieves were Optic OGLA.
Well, see, what happened was OGLA's roster very much mimicked Black Ops 400 Thieves. You had Slasher, you had TJ Haley, you had now Draza, and you had, who am I missing? Slasher.
Kenny.
Kenny, yeah, they had Kenny. So, and then when I believe the situation went down, like, OGLA sold their spot, right? Natalie, you know
Yeah.
more about this.
I'm pretty sure.
I think I don't remember. I don't know the. whole
Hex
story.
bought the OGLA spot, and then
Which then opened up the Hutzman spot, because then they took the Optic spot.
yeah, and then
that's
so
when he
100
shot
Thieves
him.
took the LA spot, and Optic took that other spot. Is that right?
Optic went to took the Chicago spot.
Optic took the
Yeah.
Chicago pot, making Optic Chicago, which that
And then-
situation, yo, Envoy, shout out you for getting Optic back. Like, that was 100% in your hands, and you did it, and now he's on Thieves.
Yeah.
He's
So-
doing great things over there, so I can't really complain with everything.
Yeah, and people are saying that, like, he's the problem and everything with the Thieves, and personally,
No.
I don't think he's the problem. I just think he's put in really bad situations, and obviously with this map pool this year, being a sub is hard, especially
Well,
when
they're-
you get
they're-
Desert Siege so much.
They're mad at him because of his search. Because they don't plant the bomb, because he dies with the bomb. Like, and then they're saying there's some guys that want Sam to run the bomb, and it's just like,
Yeah, well,
eh.
the sub should not be running the bomb, especially on Desert Siege.
well, I'm just thinking that, like, they're a great team. Their respawn, they're great, but then they just need to, if they got their search down, they're a fantastic team. It's just like Toronto Ultra. If they got their hard point down, they're a great team. But right now they're losing those key games, and they're dropping maps.
Yeah.
And then, like, and it's just like, it's, you guys just need to get that one thing down, and you will be a top contending team. Like, I know Toronto Ultra has their they usually are bad in the beginning, and they catch their groove around Major 2, end of Major 2. But LA, I don't think they need to change. I think that's a little major. Like, I don't think you need to drop anybody. I think you guys just need to work on your search and destroy. That's it.
I mean, arguably the search and destroy has been getting better, but they've put so much focus on the search and destroy that the other game modes have started lacking. That's why we've seen them not win a series here in Major 2. Now, at the time of recording, for those of you watching and listening, today is Thursday, March 24th. Obviously, the Thieves, they play this weekend. They play against, I believe, the Seattle Surge. And I can't remember the other team. Does anybody remember off the top of their heads?
I'm pulling up the CDO.
The Thieves play against Los Angeles Guerrillas and the Seattle Surge. Now, in theory, these are 2 win situations for the Thieves. Seattle, they've been looking rough. They started the game super, super hot. We're looking like the best team in the game. But then they kind of fell off. I think Seattle's problem was that they just figured out the game before everybody else. And then the other teams were like, oh, hey, let's watch some Seattle VOD. You know, let's figure out how to actually play this game. And then everybody else caught up. And then it came down to gun skill, which, don't get me wrong, Pred and what's the new guy's name? Pred and who? Sib? Pred and Sib, nasty players, right? But two men can't carry a roster. You got to have the other 2 on the same level. So, like I said, these next 2 Thieves matches this weekend are must-wins. I don't think it's confirmed yet that they are in the losers bracket for the Major 2 LAN in Minnesota, but they have to win. Like, they got to get some CDL points. Towards the start of the year, granted, you know, the difference between 10 and 20 CDL points is 10 points, right? But Thieves were a top 2, top 3 team. And now they're looking like 6th, 7th territory. And we know that Nate Shot doesn't want to be there. He wants to be the best of the best. You know, this 100 Thieves roster, they won CWL London and they won CWL Anaheim. He wants the best of the best, and we've seen him make roster moves, especially with teams like his Valorant roster, and he wants to be the best of the best. So does that mean, this is my next question for you guys, do you think we see Thieves make a roster move, and who do we think it's going to be?
If anyone's getting dropped, I think it's Octane. I'm going to say that right now. I think if anyone's getting dropped, it's Octane. And I honestly would look at picking up Clayster. And I know that's probably a hot take because the way Clayster's been playing, but I think that in looking at Clayster's past, man, when he gets dropped and he gets picked back up,
He
that
bounces
team is bound
back.
for greatness. He bounced back, the team bounces back. So I think
True.
if anyone's getting dropped, I think it's Octane for Clayster, and I think that would be the only thing that would help them.
I think Octane,
Because
he'd be benched. He wouldn't be dropped, but
yeah,
he'd be benched. Natalie,
Yeah.
what do you think?
I'm actually on the same boat as Mayhem. We've talked about this. I know you and I have talked about this, and we've talked about the same situation. And I honestly think probably if they were to make a roster change, which I don't see them doing at this current moment, but that depends on if this weekend goes well or not. But
Yeah.
if they were to make a change, that would be the change I would see happening.
How about you, Rinsler?
He doesn't know what he's doing.
he's just like I'm just here for the ride at the
I-
moment.
Yeah, I'm just.
I'm gonna give you a list
I
of
don't
players
really
that are on the
know.
Thieves, and then I'm gonna give you Clayster. Okay, this is just shits and giggles. This next one, guys, we're not serious. He doesn't know who these players are, so we're just gonna.
I know Clayster.
Okay, so here's the Thieves roster. You got Kenny, Quavo, you got Envoy, Draza, and Octane. Who would
I
you
know
drop for Clayster?
And Rosa.
You drop Draza.
No, I say I know who they are.
Okay, well, Draza's been in my chat. Shout out, homeboy.
I knew you were gonna bring that up. That's the only reason why I know him.
Hey, yo, I know a pro. And I've met
Okay.
Hex twice. What's
I'm
good?
so sorry. You met Hex
Twice.
When?
I have pics with him, bro.
I'm pretty sure I have TikTok
that
comments
fixed.
with enable and Slack.
What kind of pics are you talking about, Seth?
Do what? No, bro. I met him. Okay, I met him back in the Chicago Huntsman days and the Optic days.
Minnesota?
Yeah. So,
remember that.
like, here's a picture of me and Hitch.
That's it.
That's Hitch.
Damn.
That guy.
And
Damn, Hex.
Big Optic
Like
Hex.
Anaheim?
That are just
That
listening.
was CWL Anaheim. I got me and this dude.
Oh, simp.
Yeah, I got me and Simp. And this dude is tall as fuck. My dog.
Holy. No, is he tall or are you just short?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
No, he's tall. And then I've got a pic of me and Pomage. He's also tall as shit. He was in the crowd, like behind the crowd, and my cousin leans over to me, and it was I think during the FaZe Optic match, and he goes, "Yo, Pomage is like right there, bro." I was like, I'm gonna go get a pic with him. And like
Mission accepted.
like that was a fun ass event. And then I've got me, my cousin, and Karma.
Oh, the goat, Karma.
Which one's which?
Do I have anyone else? I mean, I've got Clock. No, this is Scissors. I've got me and
I was gonna
Scissors.
say,
For some reason, I get those two mixed up all
are
the
you talking
time.
about Pluxy?
No,
He's the
Turtle?
owner of Complexity.
Yeah.
yeah, that's another thing to bring up. Did y'all see that announcement?
Yeah.
What?
he
Cloaksy is
was
now
about
part
it.
owner with Tim the Tatman of Complexity.
Oh, I was like, Tim sold? What?
Nah, bro, he didn't even sign to Complexity a year ago. He's locked in for at least 3 years under Complexity.
I was
Yeah.
not surprised that he joined since him and Tim were so close.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I expected, like, me and Natalie were watching the video of him, of his announcement video, which I don't know if you guys saw or not, but it was a well done production. And if you guys don't know, they are creating this universe with a whole storyline when they announce new people. Like Tim's announcement and Cloaksy's announcement, they fall in the same universe, and it's a cool story that they're building. But Cloaksy's announcement to joining and being part owner of Complexity, me and her at the beginning had zero clue what it was. The only thing that we were thinking it was him signing to YouTube. That's what we thought it was at first.
Because there's so many red lights and all.
There was red lights and there was hints. Maybe he's hinting at that. Maybe he's hinting he's joining Team YouTube.
But it was too long to be a YouTube. And then we figured out, nah, that can't be it. So we just watched it, and then it just threw us for a loop.
Yeah, that's crazy. I haven't been keeping up on that. Like I've been like focused really hard on like the CDL. Like I've been Like that's where my mind has been. Either if it's not on CDL, it's on my stream or anything to do with Resurgence or anything around there. Like CDL is my free time thing. Like that's what I put my attention to. So
Yeah, we didn't even mean to stumble upon it. We just happened to be watching Tim's
Yeah.
stream today because we were cleaning the house because we're still getting moved in.
And
Yeah.
it doesn't look like it behind me, but trust me, we've done work. But
Trust me, it does look like it behind you.
yeah.
okay. But hey, another thing before we get off of the CDL topic, I've been looking at rumors, Reddit, and just Tactical Rab. I don't know if you guys watch him. All about CDL stuff. But if there's anywhere that Clayster is going, he's convinced he knows where it is, and it is not Thieves.
Who would? Okay.
I'll give each of you a guess.
Paris.
Okay, that's your guess. Natalie.
I don't know. My gut, just like something I want to blurt out of my mouth, is just Boston, but it wouldn't be Boston.
No, I can't see Boston. They're like top right now.
So then I've got to say Florida.
Okay,
But-
Rensler.
I'd say Boston.
But who would you replace on Boston? Because right now they are ranked number 1 in Major 2.
I don't think
know.
they're.
So I don't
Methods
know.
isn't
I don't. That was just something I
Methods on
felt
that
like
team,
saying.
right?
Methods. That team is Methods,
Crying.
Capsule,
Capital.
Nero,
Yeah.
and
I definitely wouldn't say Methods because
It's Tej. Methods, Tej, Nero.
It is
and
TJ.
Cap.
yeah. So you're saying Boston, you're saying Paris, and you're saying Florida.
I'm saying Paris because if you put Clayster on the team with Temp, then it seems like okay.
It's two veterans, right? It makes
it's two-
sense.
It makes
Most of
sense,
these
but
teams are two veterans.
yeah,
However,
and
it is not Paris,
and Temp. Then who would it be?
and it's not Boston. It's Florida.
Why would it be Florida?
I mean,
Florida's like
you haven't
it's-
heard much
they're in
about
this-
Florida this year.
Yeah, but they're in the same boat as Thieves and Ultra. They're hot when they're hot and they're cold when they're cold. They're
But
just
who
very
would you
inconsistent.
drop from Florida for? I mean, granted, Clayster's one of the best Call of Duty players of all time. Like, don't get me wrong on that point. But who would you drop from Florida? Because Clayster's an AR, right?
That's what I'm saying. It's either that he's got to go to Thieves or Paris, because if he goes to Paris, Temp's frying. Temp's frying. You got Gravity, which he's proven himself. He's great. And then who else do you have? There's Temp, there's Gravity, there's Jimbo and John. John's also been pretty good too. Little inconsistent here and there.
John is
But-
a inconsistent player, but when he
when
he
he's-
has his moments.
Yeah, when he has his moments, they are of god tier moments. Like it's like, oh my god, John, what are you doing? Calm down. But Jimbo's still kind of like on that edge of like
What's
his
record?
first. Yeah, it's like I don't know. Like maybe you try to drop him and fit Clayster in there and see how that goes. I don't know, but I mean, at this point, I would think Clayster's best bet is LA because you're just replacing Octane. But at the same time, Paris needs something. Paris needs to do something else.
No,
Like,
I mean,
the move-
I agree.
I like the way Gravity's playing. I like the way Temp is playing. And I mean, if you could work around that, if you can work around those two, I think Paris could build a good team. And I'm secretly rooting for Paris. I want Paris to succeed. Like, I don't want them to be the laughing stock of the CDL anymore. Like, I want them to succeed. They need something. Like, for them to come out and win a major, just like Toronto Ultra did back in Cold War, like when they beat FaZe, that would be something.
Yeah. So, I mean, with the rumors of him joining Florida, you have the roster of Skies, Awakening, Dave, Patty, and Vivid. Keep in mind, Clayster is a main AR and he can run a sub, but he's more of an anchor player. So, who are you dropping from Florida?
Well, it ain't
I'd say Vivid.
That's probably the only thing, because I mean, either Vivid or Patty. I don't think you're dropping
don't-
Skies or Awakening.
Yeah, I'm in agreement. I think honestly, I think it would be Dave Patty.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he's a rookie, and I mean, he still has lots of time left. He can work on himself in challengers too. So, I mean,
Not only that, I feel like they hype him up too much to the point where like he's not as consistent as they make him seem.
yeah.
So, like, okay, so Florida is currently tied for 9th with LAG in 8th place with 40 CDL points. I'm saying Glacier joins that roster. He replaces Vivid. Bench Vivid, put Glacier in. I don't even know. I honestly don't see much of a change with this roster because, like, if you put Glacier on that roster, you're not gonna beat Optic Texas. You're not gonna beat Atlanta FaZe. You're not gonna beat Boston. You might beat Thieves and Ultra, but like the only jump I can see them making with Glacier on that team is above Minnesota Rocker, who are just 10 points above them. I don't see Glacier joining the Florida Mutineers as a major turnaround for these guys. Individually, players like a roster of Awakening, Glacier, Skies, and Dave Patty, that would be a great fucking roster. That would be an awesome banger roster. But the teams this year are just so stacked, right? I don't see much change happening. And another thing I've been seeing in the CDL scene is there's about to be a big roster mania. Owners have been on the phone talking about trading players. We don't see that often. We see players get dropped and then bought. We don't see hey, this is Nadeshot. I'm calling you Hex. I'm gonna trade my Scump for your Envoy. Or like I'm gonna trade you Scump and Dashy, and you're gonna give me Octane. You don't see trades like that happen. And this year that they've been talking about, hey, there's rumors going around. Hey, let's make some trades.
Yeah, I see it. I know I was watching Hex talk the one time on a podcast back in Cold War, and there's a lot that they can do, they just won't do. Like you could like LA right now, they've got a wicked respawn team, and they could literally build a search and destroy team and swap out one player for search and destroy, swap out two players for search and destroy, but they won't do it. I don't know why, if there's a reason why. I know they can do that. I don't know why they don't, because like the Thieves team are great for respawns. Mm-hmm. So why don't you just take a player or two out that are just complete demons in search and destroy, and then you put them back on for a hardpoint? You literally have your search team and your hardpoint team. I just don't get why they won't do that.
That's something teams don't do, and that is in the rules of the CDL. You could technically sub a player or two out, right, for a certain game mode. Like hardpoint, for Thieves, for example, hardpoint, you could have your basic roster of Octane, Draza, Envoy, and Kenny. You could have that roster, but then let's say Draza isn't really cutting it in search and destroy. You could have that substitute come off of the bench and play in his spot. We have not seen any team do that in the 3 years that the CDL has been franchised, and I personally think that this needs to be taken advantage of if you don't want to make a roster move.
Yeah, exactly. 100%.
Like, Thieves have got Pentagram on the bench. I've met Pentagram in person. You know, it was very brief, but he came to a LAN event that me and some buddies were hosting at a LAN center that we worked on. But Pentagram individually is a very talented player, and I think he could bring a lot to the CDL. So maybe Thieves look into doing that, where they bring Pentagram in for one of the game modes. You know, why not?
Like, I mean,
why not try?
Point, like, you know that your team is good. You like, why would you want to just take a risk on dropping somebody or benching somebody and picking somebody else and it making it worse? So why don't you just actually just swap it out and try the waters where you have a search team and you have your respawn team? It literally doesn't hurt anything. You're losing in search and destroy right now, so take the risk. Make a search team and then go back to hardpoint, play your main team. You got your Sam, you got your Octane, you got your Envoy, you got your Draza, and you got your Kenny. Respawn, make a search team, and just whip them out. You only got two games that are search. If you make it that far and you win your one search and you win your control and your hardpoint, you don't need them for that game 5.
Yeah, to me,
you could literally. To me, it doesn't make sense. I would have done that a long time ago if that was me and I was running a team.
Personally, to me, like, it only makes sense for a couple of teams to try this out. Those teams would be Paris Legion because they suck. The Thieves because they haven't won a single match this major.
Yep.
And maybe Los Angeles Guerrillas.
Yeah.
Because LAG has been like this. Like, they haven't been this. They haven't been this. They've been. It's like a V,
Yeah,
like a short
they
V.
have like
Almost.
it's almost like they have the same thing as Paris right now too. It's because they only win 2 games and then they basically get reverse sweep. It's like they're done after 2.
That's
And
something
right
else
now,
the
it's
Thieves
just-
have been struggling with. They have been getting reverse swept out the ass. That is something that
Yeah,
they
and
need to learn
it's-
how to close out games.
Yeah, it's the same thing. They stop at control and then that's it. And then it's just like they lose one and their mind goes gone.
If they fix their control, most 3-0s.
Yeah.
Like Thieves could be a dominant team. They're just missing, I feel like, something, and that something might be their control. They're missing something, and if they get that locked down, they are a top 3 team.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like Toronto. You get your hard point down, you're a top 3 team. Like, and I know Toronto's issue is they solo chow. They're like, if you look at Toronto, same team, same players, same coach, same everything. You look at them in Cold War, team. They are a team. They are a unit. They move as a unit. Their comms are fire. They're calm. They're collective. They're everything. They move collectively as a group. This game, they're solo. They're by themselves. They go wherever they want by themselves. They're solo chowing everything. If they just sit back and chow as a team, Ultra is a top tier team, and they're hanging with Optic, FaZe, and Boston and all that. Like,
I think
they're
FaZe
up
has
there.
fallen off.
Well,
They are on a
the
slow,
FaZe-
steady decline, and I think Optic Texas is in the heads of FaZe.
See, this major I think is gonna tell a lot. Where, like, I know our cities is straight up just fire on this game, but like Simp and Abizi have their moments. The FaZe to me has Celium and Arcities that are just unmatched. But I think I don't like, for some reason they just can't get it done. Like, they're barely getting it done when they do get it done. So I don't think, like, I was thinking about this today. I don't think they're gonna make even if they don't win champs or they don't win a major this year, I don't think they're making a roster change because on how dominant they were in Cold War. I think they're gonna stick with this roster and play a year out at least. And if they don't win, maybe we'll look at a roster change. But if they make a roster change after this year, I mean, to me, that's terrible. Like, as FaZe, I wouldn't expect them to win this year just because of how poorly they're playing. But I don't think they're gonna change anything after this year.
Yeah, no, I don't see Atlanta FaZe making a roster move for quite some time now. But I mean, who knows? Who knows what'll happen at the end of the season? Obviously, next year's game is a 2-year title, so maybe we see some adjustments. Maybe we see some of those substitute players come off the bench. Maybe we see some of those. Hey, you're playing Search and you're gonna play Hardpoint. Maybe we see those the next year. But I mean, for Vanguard, we have a pretty good idea of what's gonna be happening. So I guess let's kind of break off and go into our next point here. We're going to play a little game of Would You Rather. So you listening at home and you watching on YouTube right now, you can kind of get an idea and a glimpse of who we are and that kind of stuff. So
And our sense of humor.
And our sense of humor, which is pretty dark. So viewer discretion is advised. Rensler, I'm going to give you the mic and you're going to start us off.
All right. So,
I just want to say, somebody write in the comments on how many episodes it's going to take Rinsler to pull his PC out and drop it with that cord hanging there. Like, somebody make a bet, and if you can, I will personally buy you any merch from the CDL. If you can guess it, I will buy you a CDL merch t-shirt or a hoodie.
It's episode 3.
Episode 3? Okay.
Episode 3. Rensler, do it on episode 3 and I'll give you the
Oh, yeah. Just PC shuts off. He's like, well, I hope that was worth it.
all right. So, do you guys?
You can ask. Here's how it's gonna work. You can ask anyone who you want. Would you rather question, and then that person would answer, and then that person would have the mic.
Okay. Mayhem.
Yes?
Oh shit.
Listening?
Would you rather
Mm-hmm.
get better at ranked play on Vanguard,
I'm already the best.
So get better.
Aren't you an advanced right now?
I'm an expert, actually.
Or be the best Warzone player.
I actually, that's fairly easy to me. I would, not that I play Warzone anymore, but I would go best Warzone player just because the content's there.
Mhm.
And
I agree.
and it's just basically really the best of the best. Like CDL, like being a pro is hard. Like being a pro Call of Duty player, that takes a lot of times. You're watching VODs, you're doing all that. So I mean, being good at Warzone, you just get on and play, and you're just good. Like look at Aiden, Nick Merckx, even Tim the Tapman's pretty good. I know a lot of people make fun of him for not being good, but he's better than the average player. And I mean, you're basically just living your life. You play Warzone for 4 hours and you're just shitting on kids. I mean, sure, I'm not like CDL. You're taking days and days and weeks and weeks and weeks of your time, and then you only have a little bit. It's like basically school. You got to keep learning and learning. Warzone, 4 hours, shit on kids, get off, go live your life.
Okay, ma'am. Now has the mic to ask somebody a question.
Do I go dark with this? Do I go like
You can go
really
whatever.
weird?
You can go weird, bro.
Okay, well, I did say this in the beginning. I don't think we were recording, but would you rather?
Who?
Oh, right. I gotta ask. Right. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go.
That's how the game
I don't know
works.
if this. I don't know if this would be appropriate to ask Nat. So I'm just gonna ask you, Seth. I feel like this is more of an appropriate question for you.
Okay.
Would you rather shit in the shower, like shit in the shower, like you're in the shower and you're taking a big old shit,
Okay.
or shit in your pants? But like, okay, so like if you're shitting in your pants, it's not gonna make a mess, right? Like hypothetically, you're just gonna be like a little baby, but you don't gotta like nobody's
works,
gotta.
right?
How much poop we talking on both ends?
Like, you know, one of those like chainsaw turds, like the one wipe and you're done type thing. Like that's it. That's the only like you're just like, oh, I pooped my pants, and then you check and there's just like a big turd. That's it. Like
Okay.
or you're shitting in the shower and it's like big Taco Bell diarrhea shit, and you gotta like stomp it down the drain.
Granted, I've already done one of these things on stream. I'm gonna go poop in my pants just for the content.
You poop your pants on stream.
Bro, I straight up shit my pants on stream. If y'all haven't seen it, there's a TikTok out of it. Just go find it. I'm not gonna link it
my
anywhere.
God.
If you can find it, you can find it. Also follow me there.
Man,
okay.
So bad.
So Natalie,
Okay.
would you rather cut off all your hair
Okay.
or I don't know,
Call off the engagement.
be forced? Wait. That was actually good. Would you rather shave your head or be forced to call off the engagement?
I'd shave my head.
Why?
Why'd you pick that?
It-
Yeah, loser.
like straight up bald, like no hair, like
I've
bald,
always wanted-
other than.
Are we considering the eyebrows part of her hair?
No. Head.
Shave
Okay.
off all the hair on your body.
Okay. She was pretty quick about that. I feel good about myself. Natalie, you can take the
Well,
mic.
I'm reinsured.
You already know we all would.
Every female at some point in their life says they want to shave their head, and they really mean it. So yeah. Obviously.
Have you been to that point?
Yes.
I went bald.
Please don't.
I feel like I don't even have to ask. I know that's true. I know that's 100% true.
We all seen Seth bald.
Multiple times.
That's a sight I never want to see again.
Bro, I
Ouch.
went my 8th grade
Please
year.
hope that you keep your hair for the rest of your life.
Oh, I won't.
At least keep the beard. I like the beard. But
I can't keep the beard. I'm a firefighter. That's why I just have the
Wait.
mustache out right now.
the porn stash.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He's doing it for views too.
Hey, I mean, if I was a porn star, I'd still be making more content than you on a regular basis, Rinsler. So,
Brother,
Ooh.
I didn't know you could be a porn star in the last 1 minute.
I best 1 minute of your fucking mom's life.
I mean, come on. Realistically, when you jerk off to porn, are you watching the whole 20-minute fucking thing? Or are you just like finding a good spot in the video?
Okay. This next part of the podcast is gonna be 18 and up because I have to ask a porn question to these gentlemen and this lady right here. Okay. Do you like it when you click on the video, right? When you click on the video, do you like it when it's just like boom, straight into action, or do you need a story? Because personally, I need a story.
I'm just like, fuck the story. I'm good.
I gotta go straight into the action, bro.
Yeah, dude, it's just like
Bro, y'all
I'm
weird.
literally grabbing the phone and I'm like,
I mean, I think it's funny.
oh, there we go.
sometimes.
There's
All
a
I
good
say
spot.
is-
Natalie, how
all
about
I
you?
say is, I'm sorry, it was an accident.
Nat's just like, I'm in some weird kinky shit.
No, because I don't really watch it, so.
Unless Seth watches it.
Yeah, we watch it together as a couple.
Just
They
on the
hold
big
hands
flat
and
screen
beat each
TV.
other.
Oh, straight up in the living room, bro. Bare butt, booty naked. Both of us.
Damn. So,
Okay.
Rizzer, what's your answer there, buddy?
I already said it, dude. Like, I just depends, cause like I'm a straight into the action guy. But I find it so funny when I just like hear, "Oh shit, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to put it inside you." I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck do you mean? You put your dick inside her, dude. Like, what the fuck? And you're saying it's on accident?
Oh
I
my
mean-
god.
Okay,
That
Natalie.
makes-
Okay, well, let's get off this
like-
topic. Let's
No.
get
You
off this
started
topic.
it.
I know, but it was just a brief
Yeah,
thing.
say
If
that.
you're
You
if you're
started
over if you're under 18, you can come back to the podcast. Please don't watch this around
Another
your parents.
porn-related question later on.
Natalie, go ahead.
All right, Rinsler, would you rather?
She looked up questions, bro. 100%. Look at her face. Look at her face. There's more white on it than typical. She has a web page open right now.
Yes, I do, and it's a really good question.
Okay.
Would you rather know the date of your death or the cause of your death?
Ooh,
I know the answer to this 100%.
I do too.
Probably the cause. Just because, like, I don't know. Like, I'm always, like, saying I'm scared of death all the fucking time. Like, I don't want to die. I know it's, like, impossible unless I'm fucking immortal, dude. That'd be dope as fuck, though.
Would it though?
But here's
Would
the
it-
thing. If I was, like, immortal, maybe I'll eventually get fucking tired of life. Like, I'm already
yeah.
fucking tired of life, dude. Like, I'm tired of everything. I'm tired of all the deaths in the world, all the bad stuff in this world. I'm tired of fucking people in this world. But, yeah, I would probably say the cause of my death, just because I don't really care what day I die. I mean, if I want to die, I probably want to be at least, like, where I'm getting to the point where I've, like, done everything in my life that I've been wanting to do. So, yeah, the cause of my death is probably what
See,
I want to know.
I'd have to agree with that because like if I knew the date that I died, I would literally the day before it would freak me out. Be like, well, if I go to sleep, I'm dead tomorrow. Like, and then you'd be like, oh, I got 100 days left. Oh, now I got 50. Oh, I got 2 days left. So it's just like, tell me how I die, and I'm just gonna try to avoid that at all costs. You're gonna die in a roller coaster. Well, I'm just not gonna ride a roller coaster. And then the moment that somehow I end up on a roller coaster, I'm just gonna be like, how did I get here? I guess I'm dead. Cool.
Okay, Rinsler, you once again have the mic.
Seth.
The fuck do you want?
A Tesla.
Yeah, fair.
Would you rather? What's a good question? Would you rather? Would you rather still have 1,000K on YouTube?
1,000K? 1K? I'll take 1,000K, but like, fuck. I didn't know I blew up.
Sorry. Would you rather have 1K on YouTube still, or call off the engagement with Natalie?
I'm not calling off the engagement with Natalie, so.
Shit, you guys suck.
Bro, sorry that I found someone that actually loves me.
I'm sorry, I'm fucking lonely.
Okay.
Yeah,
Tinder ain't doing
this
me
is
shit.
like
Bumble ain't
Rinser's
doing me shit.
like Rick and
TikTok
Morty
ain't
type
doing
thing.
me
Like
shit.
I need help, but I'm not gonna ask for it. You know.
This is his way of ratting, right? He's gonna get on this podcast and he's gonna make people feel sorry for him, and then there's gonna be
Yeah.
some girl that comments like, "Damn, I think Rizzo's pretty cute," and then thanks to
cute.
Resurgence, he met the love of his life.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
We
I
all
have the
know I ain't
mic.
gonna get a girlfriend
So
out of gaming.
my question's for you, Mayhem.
Roger, Roger.
Would you rather go into the past and meet your ancestors, or into the future to meet your great 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 grandchildren?
Oh God. Okay. So
We're talking first
I
of your bloodline.
see. I'm a big history person. Like I love watching like the Netflix shows Vikings and The Last Kingdom and all those like even Peaky Blinders. I love history. Love history, and I always have said I want to go back and just kind of see it. I kind of just want to experience it for like my own eyes and see how they actually lived. So I would probably have to go and meet my ancestors and be like, "Sup, sup, grandpa." Hey, big old grandpa, great grandpa, and just hang out. Like, I mean, not that I would actually hang out. They'd probably way of life back then would be way different. But
So I have a mole on my butt.
What
Does
the
that have any-
fuck?
So does that have anything to do with our ancestry?
I thought you were being legit there. Like, I have a mole on my butt, guys. Can we talk about that? He's being legit. Yo, please don't pull out your ass. Yo, please.
and another thing, my
Apparently you
ancestors.
said
I'm
you
from
make
like,
more content on me on Pornhub, so we about to find out.
Oh, no.
oh my god.
No.
Anyways, I'm from like my ancestors are from like Norway and all that. So I think Norway is a pretty cool place to go back.
Isn't that like off
Check
of
out.
Thor shit?
That's literally Viking territory back
Exactly,
in
so,
those
like,
days.
Like Norse mythology.
Yes.
Oh shit, you could be related to Thor, dude.
Yeah, I could be.
Hemsworth.
Yeah,
I could see the beard, but
I could be.
you
That's
just-
I got that Norwegian blood in me.
Well, hey, we're about at the hour mark of the podcast, the inaugural episode of the Ramble. So I guess the way that we wanted to close out things for you guys was to kind of talk about our goals and everything. Because yes, we talked about it in the launch video, but we haven't actually been like, hey, let's have a serious conversation. We're not just faces on a screen. We're people. We have regular jobs, but this is where our focus is, and this is what we're trying to do for a living. So I guess we'll kind of go around the square here and talk about our goals and ambitions for not only Resurgence, but, your personal streaming content creation careers.
Rinsler?
Oh, okay.
Rinsler?
No one said anything. I was like, who's going first? I really just want to be. I really want to like be out there. Like, I want everybody to know who I am. Not trying to make it like sound cocky as shit or anything. It's just like I feel like I've been like unknown in my whole life. Like I feel like I feel so invisible in this world. And I also want to like. I don't really have a passion for anything like regular jobs that people make a lot of money on. Like, that's not my passion. I don't really see myself doing that or liking that or be good at that. But like YouTube, it was like during the pandemic, I started watching YouTube more. I started watching all these creators, and I was like, damn, I kind of want to be like that. But I realized I have to get a job first to be like that. Like, I'm not. I know my family won't like pay all that shit. I got a job, but it took me like a year later. Paid off for this shit, and I'm making all this content. It's like I'm really happy with it,
Yeah.
I feel that 100%.
I don't need every like rich kid at my school is always like, oh, my YouTube channel, all that shit. I'm like, okay, you get your parents to buy you all this shit. You don't really put work in it. I know damn well you don't edit your own videos unless it's like fucking TikTok. Like,
It's tough because everybody goes down their own path. Some people are more fortunate than others, and a lot of us have to like actually put in a lot of work. And some people are gifted what they got, and some people
Sometimes,
actually have to work their ass off for it.
their parents have money or something like that. It's all about
Yeah.
that, really. But yeah, hopefully, I believe I can do it. I believe that I have the support for it. some of my friends were like, dude, you just need money. And I'm like, not really. You just need, like, people around you that support you and just, like, think the same way you do when it comes to, like, all this content creation on YouTube and Twitch and all that.
Okay.
I feel that.
How about you, Natalie?
So basically, as far as like content wise, I want to definitely start becoming more consistent. I want to at least with working 40 hours a week. I want to get scheduled days off and know that I can stream on those certain days. I want to finally hit affiliate. Be nice.
Same.
But other than that, I just want to keep doing what I'm doing. I'm actually really enjoying my life the way it is right now. I'm happy in the place I am.
How about you, ma'am?
Me, so my goal, I know growing up as a kid, I grew up watching people like Smosh and PewDiePie and Markiplier and all those guys, and I told my parents as a kid, man, I was like, I want to make content, I want to be a YouTuber, I want to be whatever it is, and I remember being young, like watching Fred on YouTube and all that,
Yeah.
like back like when YouTube was like a first thing, and I was like, that's what I want to do, and at a very young age, that's what I wanted to do, but I got out of that, and I know my parents said, you can't do that, you can't make money at that, you can't make money at that, and then I kind of put that aside, and I was just like, well, what do I want to do for the rest of my life? I'll be a welder, or I'll go work on the pipelines or whatever, I'll just be like everybody else. And then COVID hit, and then I kind of just like quarantined, and I sat at home, and I'm just like, how can these companies and these big corporations just kind of make you sit at home and not pay you and make you just try to figure out money on, like, you're just kind of hooped. It's just like, you better live off this or you don't live out at all. Like, you got house payments, you got bills to pay, and your job doesn't care about you. And that was the moment I was just like, okay, I don't want to work for these guys anymore. They don't give a single crap about you. I want to work for myself. I want to be, and then especially when I had my kid, my dad was never home. So I didn't really know my dad for the first like 5 years of my life. And he came home from work one day and I didn't know who he was. And I see my son, he hates it when I leave the house, and he screams he's like, dad. And I'm just like, I got to leave, and I got to go work 12 hours. I come home and he's asleep. And to me, that, I don't want that to happen. I don't want to miss his hockey games. I don't want to miss his sport games. I want to be there for every single game, every single event that little guy has. So being able to work at home, work for myself, and give my kid the life I didn't have is a dream to me.
So for you, it's deeper than just, hey, I want to sit back and play video games all day. It's more or less of I want to do this for my son. I want to do this for my girlfriend. I want to do this. I want to be able to watch my kid grow up. Essentially, that's where your head is at, which I think is a great thing. Obviously, Natalie and I, we don't have kids yet, or Renzer, we don't have kids yet. I don't know if you plan to have a kid or not.
Says I don't.
I don't know if you do or not.
They're a bundle of joy, and they're also little demons too. So.
No, I mean, I have a niece and a nephew. They're both like 1 year old. They're a pain in my ass, dude. I was playing Apex yesterday, and that little git kept tapping on my escape button, and I was like, you fucking little shit. I couldn't fucking beat their asses. But I was like, God damn it, he's 1 year old. I can't even yell at him. He doesn't even know what this shit means.
Yeah, I've got pictures of my kid and I sitting here, and he was right when Warzone came out. He'd fall asleep while I was playing Warzone in my hands. So, and just to be there every day, to be around him and spend every day that I can with him is my goal.
See, and then sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I have another one on the way, so there's just more than him too. So I want to be around for my kids. I don't feel like getting told, oh well, you got to leave for a month and you can't see your kids for a month. You can only see them for 4 days out of a month. I don't believe that's right to me. So I would rather work for myself and be my own boss.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I mean, so I started watching YouTube back in like 2008, 2009, maybe 10. And I mean, I fell in love with the idea of, hey, holding a camera and just having fun with your friends and everything. And then as time went on, I got into like the tech YouTubers. I got into Smosh. I got into Captain Sparkles, Syndicate. Eventually courage, nade shot, and then that led me to esports, which I absolutely fell in love with. And right now it's not just a want of I want to do this full time to be able to sit on my ass, make videos, and play video games. It's a want of I want Natalie and I to never have to work another day in our lives. I want to be successful in this field. I want Resurgence to take off. I want to be able to employ you guys and be able to pay you guys under the Resurgence roof. And I want my kid to be like, damn, my dad owns an organization in the CDL or in the Overwatch League or just something like that. I want my kid to look up to me like I'm looking up to Hex, like I'm looking up to Nadeshot, like I'm looking up to, the FaZe owners, anything like that. I want my kid to be like, damn, that's my dad.
Yeah,
and that's what we're working for right now.
Exactly. Just show your kid anything is possible if you work hard at it.
Facts.
That's a big thing.
Well, hey, guys, I think it's been a great first episode. We talked about our goals, our ambitions. We got some games in there. Rinsler brought up some porn. So I think this is a good note to end it on. I think, I don't know, that's debatable. But anyways, so I think that's a good note to end this episode on, guys. If you guys did enjoy the first episode of the Ramble podcast brought to you by Resurgence, make sure to drop a like, comment. I don't know what you can do on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Maybe you can like them. I don't know. We're going to figure that out. But whatever you can do, leave a positive message in the respectful field. If you're here on YouTube, I appreciate you. Drop a like and a comment. And if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, you know what to do. This has been the Ramble podcast brought to you by Resurgence. We appreciate every single one of you tuning into the inaugural episode. And we will see you guys next week for episode 2 of the Ramble. Have a great night, guys. And adios.